Hi, my name is Jamie Massengale. You may know me as Massive J, your favorite WUSM radio host. I live in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and I'm a student at USM. I love talking to people, and I love to eat food. For this series, I'm going to be interviewing some of the interesting people that make Hattiesburg, well, Hattiesburg. I'll sit down with restaurateurs, politicians, coaches, comedians, and a whole lot more at local restaurants around town to sit down, talk, and have a bite. On this episode of Grub N the Hub, I sit down with Mayor Toby Barker at the Keg and Barrel. Toby is not only a great mayor, he is also one of my oldest friends. Our friendship blossomed some 25 years ago in Meridian, Mississippi, where we played under 12 soccer together. We decided to meet at the Keg and Barrel to discuss Hattiesburg, growing up, and family. This is Grub N the Hub. Thanks for being my guest for...
You got to have a better one than that.
You're right.
It's like, why don't you look at the camera and say, today, welcome to...
Because that's not how we do the show.
Welcome to Grub N the Hub.
It's going to be voiceover. I'm going to go in the studio and I'm like, today's guest is Toby Barker, Mayor of Hattiesburg.
All right.
The Keg and Barrel has become ingrained in Hattiesburg culture. Located near Hattiesburg High School, it serves as a general meeting place for many community groups and is host to many events. Grassroots movements such as Raise Your Pints started here at the Keg. It is a place where movers and shakers unite, and a place known for exceptional service. That is why I felt the Keg and Barrel was a great place to interview my friend, Toby Barker. I tell people all the time that I've known you longer than anybody else in this town's known you.
It's very true.
And I started thinking about it today, that we go back 25 years.
That's a big deal. 25 years is a long time.
Yeah. 25 years is a lot. That's the majority of my life.
That's like family type, knowing somebody.
Yeah. So we definitely have to do a reunion and an anniversary for...
Well, and I think people have to realize that it wasn't just we were on the same soccer team. We were probably on the most epic, talented, technically savvy, at least on like y'all's end. I was just the half a game kind of guy. But the MYSO under 12 Knights with our really bad green uniforms that were falling apart and coached by Ted Spencer and lost 2 games the entire year. I think it was like 39-2 and maybe 5 ties. But not only did we bring home a state championship, there is a monument to our team still at JC Soccer Complex in Meridian. And so that may have been the greatest accomplishment for either of us in our lifetime.
It just tripped me out to think that we had a target on our back by every team in the league.
They hated us.
They hated us. Because they hate us because they ain't us.
That's right. Especially the Buccaneers.
Oh, man.
They were after
rivalry.
Us.
So, I'm here with you now. We're having a good time, always. You're the mayor of Hattiesburg now. How far you've come. How did you get into... before you were mayor, you were like a state senator? Is that right? State representative?
Yeah.
House of Representatives?
10 years.
How did you get into politics so much?
Well, I think, it started with me because I've been hoping no one ever goes digging in my high school, but, I was kind of a big goof off in high school, didn't really get involved in a whole lot. Didn't manage to graduate fairly high in the class thanks to sitting close to Daniel Weil. And so came to Southern Miss though, and it was kind of a new start for me because I didn't know anybody. I mean, I knew no one, and so got involved in student government and really kind of made the connection that you can actually change the course of things. You can improve things. You can better people's quality of life if you put your mind to it and do the right things. And so 2007 came around, and I was going to run the campaign for the guy who was going to run for state representative, and he ended up backing out. So I just figured, let's give it a shot. And so did 10 years of that. Loved my time in the House. The opportunity came to run for mayor, and both of us know what potential Hattiesburg has, but the common consensus at the time in late 2016, early 2017 was that Hattiesburg was just kind of stuck. We were kind of at a stalemate, and something had to happen for us to not only maintain what we had, but to take the next step. And so it's been a big ride and a lot of challenges. Had no idea what I was getting into to become the mayor of Mississippi's fourth largest city, but it's been a very rewarding experience thus far.
Can you tell me, you're talking about potential for Hattiesburg, some changes you'd like to see during your administration as mayor, or some things you're working for? Or?
Well, I mean, the first, and I've come to accept that the first couple of years will be a lot of recovering and fixing things, and look, my predecessor did a lot of great things, brought us to a new level in terms of just the opportunities, quality of life stuff that we had going on. We did a lot there in that, but we have some significant financial issues that we still have, and you can't run deficits every year when you pass your budget of $2-3 million or more, and so getting back to structural balance where we're passing budgets where revenues match expenses, that's going to take probably 3 to 5 years to get there.
I can dig it. I kind of want to shift gears and ask you some more personal Toby Barker questions, really got to know Toby. Oh, some food here. Some egg rolls.
So what's your favorite dish here at the Keg? That's the question.
Man, it's a tough one. There's so many good dishes here. I love eating here. I love the Thai lettuce wraps, I really do. It's a little bit of a fun thing to make your little lettuce wrap.
It's very involved.
It's pretty involved.
It's like an experience, like crawfish.
Yeah. I love the burgers here. Yes. Can't beat the burgers.
Well, I think you were a senior in college when we've been your senior year, my first year of grad school, when this place opened, and it first started off as a beer bar only, and it was only one part of the building there, and to see how far it's grown and how many people they've hired, and just the whole Keg and Barrel experience now. And they host our pumpkin carving every year. Give a shout out for that next Thursday.
Shout out Avenue's pumpkin carving.
It's like 6th or 7th annual.
It's one of the largest in the...
It is the largest in the state.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of a larger one, so we're going with that. It's like the state championship of pumpkin carving. It happens right here at the Keg and Barrel. But it started off with the burgers and the sweet and smoky. Remember that one? And they had the lunch, the fettuccine alfredo back in the day.
And some of my memories would be a classic dish that they may only serve at brunch now called the hangover cure.
Yes.
Which was essentially like a waffle sandwich.
Yes.
They love waffles here. Chicken and waffles is a big
yes.
It's a big thing.
My first chicken and waffles experience came during the World Cup. Back the last time we made it in, and when I got here about an hour early to get a seat, because you have to when they have World Cup games, and had the chicken and waffles for the first time. But my go-to is the chicken tenders tossed in buffalo sauce with regular fries. I have branched out, like the pepper Jacqueline. It's a favorite, the Edie.
Yeah.
And the pizzas, wow. The butcher block.
You like some spice. You like a little spice to it.
I like a little hot.
Yeah.
So.
A little heat on you. Well, let's get on. We want to eat on some of these egg rolls. Maybe get a couple shots of us snacking on.
It's the most unattractive thing of seeing me eat, but
exactly.
yeah.
Well, good. So, switching gears a little bit, you didn't know, my friend Toby over here is a musician, and he plays the guitar in what I like to call a praise band. Is it a praise band?
Well,
Is that a weird, loose term?
It is a little bit, but we've Sharon Miles and I have been playing together for almost 20 years now, and started at BSU at Southern Miss, and then went to First Baptist, then to go start our current church at Ecclesia, and also play at Main Street Methodist. And so it's kind of, yes, we're in a worship band, but we also, play out occasionally, just originals and covers and things like that. It's a lot of fun to sort of flex that muscle still. So.
Tell me about how you got started playing music. I know you grew up, playing guitar a little bit, so.
Yeah. There's some really bad recordings. If Chris Wheeler or Brent Little or Michael Turner ever decided, they could really do some damage. No, we, as many of us did, we started off with piano lessons. Miss Noe Williams on Tuesdays. My sister and I would go out to 39 North to take piano lessons. And then it's in band at Carver Middle School. Started playing bassoon under Miss Ivy, and then moved to drums, and then eventually got into playing guitar and bass and some other things. And so, but solid rhythm guitar player. Never will ever master the lead, but love arranging music. It flexes a creative muscle for me that I need, and have been able to make a little money doing it as well. Now, and do they watch the show? Do they watch the?
Maybe my brother has. Maybe I think that they've seen it, but I don't think the kids have seen it.
Well, they need. I mean, the whole family needs to, because I think people need to realize that, and if you're watching Massengale family, I need you to know that your son has done well. All right, and life of the party in Hattiesburg, and I think there are certain people whose personalities and presence are synonymous with the Hattiesburg way, the Hattiesburg state of mind, and I think you are one of those people. And I hope that you're here with us for the long run, like I hope to be. So
we shall see.
I know.
We shall see.
That's one thing I think that no one in Mississippi can rival us at, is quality of life and just stuff to do. You're always going to see somebody you know, but you're always going to meet somebody new as well. And you can't say that about many places.
Did you get to see Drew Brees break the record the other night?
I did, man. Was
that moving?
It was tough to watch.
I cried.
It was just, you can just tell the intimacy and the closeness of that family. And we all remember when he won the Super Bowl back in 2009. And him holding his son and kind of really owning that moment with his oldest child. And I mean, tell them that that he you do anything you set your mind to. It's like, and actually, I told my daughter that a couple nights ago, thanks to Drew Brees. But I do tell my daughter this. When we say goodnight, I tell her good night, my darling, and I tell her that she is my greatest accomplishment. And when my son is old enough where he understands that what this human being is saying to him, it's not his mother, I'll say the same thing to him, because it's incredible to watch your story continue in a much better fashion than you ever deserved. So but that was a neat moment, and I didn't see it live, but I just kept watching the clips over and over again.
Well, thank you, Toby, for joining me. I love the Keg and Barrel, and I'm glad you came out and did another episode of. Well, I'm glad you did an episode of Grub N the Hub with me. So
this can't be a one thing and done. You got to have multiple seasons.
Oh yeah.
It's got to have at least 5 or 6 seasons and a movie.
You think so? A movie?
Absolutely. I mean, you can't.
It'd be like Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants over here.
You can't have just 1 or 2 episodes that are like, oh, I guess I didn't make it. No, you have to have your thing and then announce the season before this is going to be my last. So you go out on top.
You're right.
Your terms. And because you don't want to SVU it and have like 19 or 20 seasons.
Why not?
5 or 6 seasons, and you're like, moving on to the next challenge. And have a movie, and that's it. So I'm glad you're doing this. I think there's a lot of great places to eat. I hope we should really explore all parts of the city. But we're lucky to have you. I hope we keep it up.
I appreciate you, Toby. Thank you for being my guest.
Absolutely.
Good to see you, man.
Brother.